I've had success. I've earned 15 grand a month. I drive a Polestar 2, used to drive an Audi TT, and I've traveled around Southeast Asia. On the front of it, from what people tell you is this typical thing of success, I've done it. And it's not bad, right? Pretty good. Seems alright. Wrong. Okay? The issue was, I have no more excuses. All the things on the outside were ticked off. The money, the car, the status of being a business owner, the lifestyle of going around. I have a beautiful girlfriend that I haven't put a picture up on here. I had it. Should have all been fixed by now. I should have felt good, but I didn't. And so I was forced to look inside of me to fill this void that I thought attaining this level of success would bring to me. And it's not just me. These are two of my close friends. My friend Ethan Golding on the left, business thriving, happy teams, clients, good cash flow, was running a 7-figure agency, shut it all down. He was living in Mexico. He had the lifestyle. Like, people were aiming for this thing, and he had it. Ash, on another level as well. If I was earning 15 grand a month, Ethan was running a 7-figure agency. Ash earned 50k in a day and was running turning over 6 figures every single month. Same thing. Didn't fix the problem of what he was dealing with inside. And so this video is going to show you how to start filling that void so you can choose what success looks like for you and actually feel fulfilled by it. And you can choose whatever life that you want, but if you're a founder, I'm assuming you're going to choose one that gives you greater ambition, a greater drive, and a greater business. But this video is not going to cure you. You have to do the work yourself. It is only going to give you the tools. You have to do the deep work. You have to find out what your void is, what you're avoiding, why you're avoiding it, and start to move on from that. Okay, this isn't going to be a magic pill, as are none of the videos that you're going to watch. But you clicked on this video for a reason. You seem to be a high achiever. You probably have this void inside of you because you're a high achiever. And so now you can start taking that next step and start feeling fulfilled by your life. So let's have a look. Why does this void exist? Usually a void is created in our childhood through trauma. Something happened, our body didn't like it, and now it suppresses emotions and memories to stop us feeling these things again. And if we look at me, Ethan and Ash, and call us tiny little fish, we've got the big fish over here. Oprah Winfrey with $1 billion empire. Howard Schultz, who built Starbucks. Elon Musk, who built PayPal and Tesla. And all three of these people have come out and said that in their childhood, Oprah bounced around living with different family members. Howard lived in extreme poverty, and Elon had a bad relationship with his dad. And this has led them to look for stability, options, and for Elon to prove himself to his dad. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that this is exactly what happened with these people, but these are very common outcomes from having these things. And if they didn't get this, they definitely had something else which they would have had to work through. But for you, it might not be something as big as this, something as obvious as living in extreme poverty. It could be your mum sighing when you needed homework help, your dad shouting when you made a mess, your teacher ignoring you when you put your hand up. Your body has experienced something negative and it creates a distraction for you that tricks you into thinking that you're solving the problem. So that you become a people pleaser, so that other people won't sigh at you again. You become a perfectionist and no one's going to shout at you when you make a mess. And you become shy instead of putting your hand up and being rejected again. Because all of these things are so much easier for you to do and for you to control instead of looking inside of yourself at the thing you couldn't handle originally and accepting it. But the trick is, you're more capable now than you were then. You are able at looking at this thing that created something that your body didn't like, that your body then pushed down and created this distraction. So to make a clear, concrete example, say your mum sighed whenever you asked for homework help. You decided to become a people pleaser and do everything to other people's expectations and standards so that you didn't have to risk being sighed at. But now, you don't need to be a people pleaser anymore. You can look within, find that thing, and you can be okay with the fact that you aren't going to please everyone. And sometimes people are going to sigh at you. Sometimes people are going to be indifferent to you. They're going to get mad at you. You can be okay with that. You can accept it. You don't have to keep living in this pattern that your body has created for you. So, what does this mean for you? You are probably a founder. So you're probably chasing more revenue, chasing the next high, avoiding losing clients. And likely a lot of this is coming from a place of proving yourself, creating stability, wanting risk and adrenaline. So we want to release these things that are creating the void. Because in reality, this void was never a void. We never needed to get rid of something. It was mold. It was this thing that you pushed down and now it's grown mold on it. You are already enough. You don't need fixing. You're just carrying things that don't serve you anymore. So this void that you're feeling is actually something that you have too much of and you need to let go of. And you need to return back to who you really are, who is enough already. So bear in mind those things that we've got up here, that if you're chasing those things, that you probably have something around proving yourself, creating stability, wanting risk and adrenaline. Remember those three things, or if that thing that it is for you is already standing out, then keep that on mind. So let's start releasing. And you are more likely to follow through on this and to do it if you fully understand it. So first, we're going to start breaking that down. In psychology, you've got expectancy theory, which explains exactly that thing. If you expect that it's going to work, you're more likely to follow through on it. In philosophy, it says that the man that says he can, the man that says he can't. And so believe that you can do this. And spiritually, it's the idea of having conviction in the fact that you can do this thing, and all you need to do is simply align with that frequency, and that outcome will be brought to you. It already exists in your future and the limitless possibilities that are out there, and all you have to do is align with the frequency that's going to take you there. So this is possible. You are very likely to be able to do it as long as you do the work. All right, bear that in mind as we go through. Now then, here are some scientific articles that have happened over the years from Pennebaker and Beale, Pennebaker, Smythe, and Behe and Wilhelm. Over this time, and there's plenty more that go over, basically it shows that at the start they saw that writing about emotions reduces the emotional charge that this thing has. And then Pennebaker went away and did some more research on it and showed that actually you can get some more psychological, you can get better psychological well-being from doing the writing as well. Smythe then found that it was important that you focused on writing about the emotions, and Behe and Wilhelm found that you would get a much better benefit as well when you write about the meaning that comes from it. And in the Pennebaker and Beale one in 1986, they saw that this writing reduced the amount of health visits. So this is all very psychologically backed, and if you are in the spiritual realm, this is very, very clear how trauma and everything like that being released is going to help you. So the basic process looks like this. You're going to notice a negative emotion. You'll notice the pattern. You'll find your earliest example of this pattern. Reflect, give thanks to your body, and give it meaning. And that is your reflection. That is how you're going to find this mold that was inside of you, how you're going to give it meaning of how you move forwards, and how you can then turn this into releasing it and choosing what you want to do, your own value of success, because you don't need to prove to anyone anymore what you were doing in the first place. And so the things that you aim to do can feel fulfilling instead of building this huge business, which actually is just trying to prove to people that you're worth something and it doesn't fulfill you at all. Let's go through an example. This is very basic. I expect you to do more than this, but you could say that you felt fear today, and you feel this whenever a client has a problem and it makes you retreat. You can remember that when you were a child and you broke something, that you hid it. So your body created this pattern to try and protect you from being shouted at, and you're grateful for its protection. And here comes the meaning. It's given you the strength to show even lower parts of yourself. You are going through this for a reason. You are able to release your deepest shames because even the small things feel like shame. Or your meaning could be something completely different. It could be the exact same thing. So you feel fear. You feel this when a client has a problem and it makes you retreat. When you notice that when you were younger, whenever you broke something, you hid it. And the meaning could be that your body wanted to protect you from being shouted at, and you're grateful for it trying to protect you from this thing that you couldn't deal with when you were a child. And the meaning behind it could be that you are now very sensitive to other people and you're able to help them in a way that you are very noticing of their emotions. So the meaning can be whatever, but you can tie it towards the goal that you are currently moving towards. Now, to go even deeper into how this process works and how you can journal things for yourself, I have a document which has over 25 prompts. It has the 3 core pillars that you need to hit every single time, and it gives you a few things like we were talking about with the stability and some topics that you can start reflecting on. If you would like a copy of this, please just leave a comment on this video, or if it's on LinkedIn, just give me a DM on LinkedIn, leave a comment, and I will send it over to you. Hopefully, this has given you a much better idea on how you can start releasing this trauma and this mold from your body so that you can feel fulfilled in the things that you do instead of reacting to this pattern that your body has set up to try and protect you.